And we are live. Here we go. How we doing, guys? Joe here with Paragon. I think it's just me so far. Totally cool. We will give it a minute, see if anybody hops in with us. Just give it a sec here. All right. Got my notes with me here in the apartment. Neil, what's up, dude? How we doing? If you can hear me, just comment and say, hey, let me know if you can hear me out there, just so I know. Guys, if you're watching this after the fact, you can still comment below. Just comment #replay so I can kind of get an idea of who's tuning in when, and then I can sort of optimize the times of when I do these. I know it's probably not the most ideal time today just because people are, traveling to and from work and all that kind of stuff. So, Neil, just leave a comment, brother, if you can hear me. Let me know, and then we'll keep going. Awesome. Thanks, dude. How we doing? Neil has been crushing it, right? Getting strong, dude. Pumped. Awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, we'll kick it off, guys. So we're not on here all night long. Just kind of maybe a quick one today. We'll just hop right into it. So, quick update. So I'm doing my 12-week cut right now. I'm into week 2. So probably about 10 days in or so. And I'm already down about like 4.5, 5 pounds. So about right on pace, maybe even a little bit ahead of what I wanted to do. So I'm just gonna keep it on. Haven't really changed a thing from my my schedule prior to starting, other than I've added in like the 1 or 2 other training days. And rather than crushing like half a dozen eggs in the morning, I'm having 3 whole eggs with some egg whites to fill it in. So not very exciting, right? But it's working. So there you go. I'm going to keep up with that and keep giving you guys the updates as we go. So if, like I mentioned before, guys, if you're joining in late to this, comment below, give me a shout. If you're watching it later on, write #replay so I know that you're watching it later on. I can kind of keep checking on who's jumping in when. Christy just joined. Hey, Christy, how we doing? Good to see you in there. Also, guys, too, if you are watching this and you find that the content in the group is very helpful, definitely, add in people you think might benefit from this. There's a lot of support in this group. It's really becoming an awesome thing. I love it. And I want to keep doing more of these. So if you have a friend or family member who you think would benefit from what we're doing and building here, add them in. I always extend this. If you can invite 15 people, I'll do a free, like no obligation call with you on the phone. We'll hop on, talk about your goals, what you're currently doing, maybe what we can do to optimize and make it better, totally for free. And that could be a whole hour on the phone. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to keep growing this thing and keep making it awesome. So there you have it. But yeah, so let's get into it today, guys. So what I wanted to talk about is your outlook or your mindset when it comes to training, nutrition, your fitness, or just anything you're trying to pursue in general, but we'll stick with training and nutrition for today, okay? So there's kind of 2 ways that you can go about it, right? You can have a short-term outlook on things, or you can have a long-term focus on things, right? And if you guys know me at all, if you've worked with me before or you've just been around me, you're probably going to know which one I'm going to pick, which one I think is better than the other, but we'll get into both. So the short-term focus mindset, right? These are the folks who are going to be doing things like your 21-day detox or your 4-week fat furnace burning, whatever, right? It's very short-term focused, right? Kind of a short ride. It might not take them very far, right? They might lose a little bit of weight. Generally, it may not be terribly sustainable, right? They might finish that. Let's say they do a 30-day challenge or whatever. Well, what happens on day 31, right? They haven't really planned that out. So what ends up happening inevitably is they sort of jump from thing to thing, right? I'm going to do this program with that person, or I'm going to try this quick fix I saw on, Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to do a juice cleanse for the next 3 weeks, right? All that kind of stuff. But they never actually really get anywhere, right? They're not addressing kind of the root problems by having this sort of short-term focus, right? Or on the flip side, you could also have a long-term focus, right? And this is my preference for sure, hands down, right? Is you've got an outlook where you're not so much concerned about that 21-day quick fix, right? Because you want to do this and take care of yourself for a very, very long period of time, right? So you're not so much concerned with these sort of short rides or short quick fixes. Now, the best analogy I've ever heard with this, I actually heard it in a financial podcast, but I think it really applies to this exact scenario, is kind of the mindset of a surfer versus a sailor, right? So if you're a surfer, right, somebody who takes these very short rides, right, they're exciting, sure, for a little while, but there's not a lot of distance covered. There's not a very long duration to the ride. And as exciting as it is, there's a very high risk for injury, right? Surfers wipe out all the time. So they don't make it very far, very short duration, and there's a risk of injury, say, right? Or crashing, wiping out, right? So very short-term focus. Where a sailor, on the other hand, right? They have a very long-term focus. They don't concern themselves with the waves of the ocean, right? They concern themselves with the tides and making very long trips across whole oceans and getting to new lands that like the surfer otherwise wouldn't have made it to, right? So they have that long-term focus. We had a couple people joining in here. Bridget, what's up? Jack, how we doing, dude? Nice to have you along. Just going through some of the mindset stuff here. So really what I'm interested more in myself, right, with my clients is getting them onto this long-term focus rather than a short-term focus. We're not going to do something like the keto diet for 30 days just so they can lose weight really fast. And then what do, right? What I want to do is build good, sustainable habits over the long term, right? So that they can then be able to take care of themselves for a very long period of time for the rest of their lives, right? It's kind of like if you have a 401k at work, right? Not terribly exciting, but you contribute a little bit to it, right? Every couple of weeks, every paycheck, you throw a little bit in there, right? But it has a long-term focus. So over years and decades, you've amassed a lot of wealth, right? It's the same idea when it comes to your nutrition and to your training and all that kind of stuff. We don't want to do these very short, like super crazy rides like that surfer, right? Where you could wipe out. We want to be the sailor and take little strides toward where we want to be, right? So just like that 401k analogy, you're essentially investing in yourself that little bit each and every day, right? Whether you're doing your meal prep or even if you're going out to eat with a coworker and you just pick a better option than you otherwise would have, right? You get a salad instead of a burger, right? Maybe it's all right, you're going to go for a walk every single day. Cool, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But you've built up that habit over the months, over the years, over the decades, right? And in that amount of time, you've done some real good for yourself, right? And you made that real investment in yourself and in your health. So end of the day, if you find yourself as somebody who does that short-term focus, right? You're kind of hopping from 21-day this to 30-day that, try and switch your mindset, right? Rather than be the surfer who's on that short-term ride, right? Where it might be exciting for a little while, the very high probability of wiping out, right? Let's switch to that sailor mindset, right? Where we're looking to cross whole oceans versus having that short ride. So that's kind of more or less it in terms of the mindset thing. So I want you guys to give that some thought as to how you think about your training, your nutrition, your approach, and that kind of stuff. And if you're not even sure where to begin, you can always ask me. Post in the group, right? Shoot me a direct message if you're not comfortable kind of having the the group insight there. That's totally fine. But I'd love to get you guys on track and help you out and make sure that you've got that long-term focus versus just trying to lose 10 pounds and then what do, right? We want to make sure we're building those good, healthy habits for the rest of your life, and we can kind of compound on that, further and further down the road. Lenise, how we doing? Lenise joined us here. Awesome. So we'll do some Q&A, guys. If you guys have any questions, whatever, you can kind of start firing them into the comment box there. We'll take a quick water break. And if you haven't checked it out yet, we got some swag, son. Paragon shirts are in. Pumped. Hey. Awesome. So yeah, guys, so that's more or less it for the mindset stuff. If there's any questions, post them in there. I'll keep answering. I'll hang around for a little bit longer. I know it's not a long live today. Got some some errands to run shortly after this, but any questions you have, I'd love to hear them so that I can help you out. So we'll hang on here for a minute. And if everybody's good, then maybe we'll hop off and we'll get ready to have the next one pretty soon. Let's see here. Lenise, any questions for me today? No worries if we don't. Totally cool. Craig's on. What's up, Craig? How we doing? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, you know what? We'll wrap it up there for today. Again, if you're tuning in late to this, comment below, right? Give me a hey that you're here. If you're watching this later on, hashtag replay so I know you watched it. Any questions, post them in there. I'll get back into the post later and answer any questions you have. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helped you out. And looking forward to doing the next one. All right. Have a good one.